after a week after singer Chinmay Shripada questioned Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin's silence on her similar allegations against noted lyricist Vairamuthu, another singer has now spoken out. Let's go straight to Sanika, who's joining us live from the Mumbai newsroom. Sanika, take us through the details coming in. Bhuvana Seshan has also spoken out against the noted lyricist Vairamuthu.
Yeah, so we have another singer coming out, Shivangi, and she's going to be joining us live in a few minutes from now. She has leveled allegations against Vairamuthu, a lyricist in the Tamil film industry, who's also believed to be very close to the Stalin administration, to the DMK as well. There are many pictures of Vairamuthu with Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin as well. So the singer is alleging that she too was sexually harassed by this lyricist in 1998, over 2 decades back, is when she was sexually harassed by this lyricist. She said that she'd spoken against him in 2018 as well, when the Me Too campaign had gathered pace. There are details that we have of the allegations that the singer has leveled against the lyricist, where she says that he has he used to speak to her on the phone about, and there were some objectionable comments made. There were certain comments made that she was not comfortable with. Now, last week, a few days back, Shivangi, we also had Chinmay Shripada, a singer, very noted singer, not just in the Tamil industry but also in the Hindi film industry. She'd come out and she'd questioned M.K. Stalin on the stand that he's taken about his proximity to this lyricist Vairamuthu, who is believed to be very close to the Tamil Nadu government, to the administration in Tamil Nadu. In fact, this entire controversy started after M.K. Stalin had expressed his support to the wrestlers' protest, to the movement that the wrestlers were undertaking against WFI chief Brij Bhushan. So it all started then, Shivangi, when Stalin said that he supports the wrestlers. So Chinmay Shripada was the one who said that it's while Stalin, she welcomes the stand that Stalin has taken of supporting the wrestlers, but she'd also questioned him on the inaction taken by the DMK and also the Tamil Nadu police against this noted lyricist Vairamuthu, who is believed to be very close to the political dispensation in Tamil Nadu as well. Now we have another singer, Shivangi. She will be joining us live in a few minutes from now, where she will elaborately give us more details about the allegations that she's made against Vairamuthu, and how she's sort of reviving her fight against Vairamuthu, how she's sort of emboldened by the stand that Chinmay Shripada has also taken against this alleged predator, Shivangi.
Absolutely. Okay. I think Bhuvana Seshan has joined us. Thank you for joining us. She's a singer. I just want you to go ahead and tell us exactly what the allegations are at this point of time, Bhuvana.
Right. This was way back in 1998 when I was very young, very naive, with a lot of dreams about singing playback. I had the voice, I thought. And it so happened that I sang for a jingle for a textile showroom called Sharada's Textiles, which is based in Trichy. Mr. Vairam, the jingle for Sharada's Textiles. So that's how I met him. And then he told me that I have a good voice, and he said my Tamil diction is excellent, that I write in Tamil, and rarely do we find singers who can write in Tamil and sing and stuff like that. And then he said, I have a great voice, and I'm going to take your demo to Mr. A.R. Rahman, is what Mr. Vairamuthu told me. Naturally, I was very young and very naive. I was like flying high on cloud 9 when somebody says, I'm going to take your demo CD to Mr. A.R. Rahman. So I met Mr. Vairamuthu the next day at his office in Chennai, Kodambakkam, and I gave him the CD. And then I started getting phone calls from him. There were no mobile phones back, which never even had a caller ID. So he used to call me and we used to talk a lot about Tamil literature, because I'm a very keen Tamil literature enthusiast. I come from a very big family background of Tamil literature. So I used to talk to him about it, and the calls became more frequent. And as we went on and on, the remarks started getting a little personal. It took a little time for me to identify it because I was too young and too naive. And One particular day, he told me that he was going to Malaysia for an award function. He was getting an award from the Tamil Changam of Malaysia. So he said, would you like to come? I was also a newsreader back then in Tamil. So I said, do you want me to sing or do you want me to anchor? That's when he told me, neither. I don't want you to sing or anchor. I want you to come with me to Malaysia. That's when I really understood what was happening. So I told him, I'm sorry, I'm very uncomfortable with what you're saying. It's not going to work out. But then he pulled up a couple of names, which I don't want to mention now. And he said, you see, how do you think they became big in the industry? How do you think it happened? I said, I don't care about that. I'm not here sitting on a throne and moralizing. This is my stance. I don't want to do it. I don't want to compromise my honor for a career. If that means giving it up, I'll even give it up. And then he said, I have the power to make you a star overnight. I have the power to pull you down overnight. I said, suit yourself. It's okay. I've made my choice. I'll stand by my choice. And then later, what happened? I was called for a couple of recordings by outsiders, and I used to go to the studio, and then diplomatic excuses started coming at me, like, the track is not ready, the lyrics is not ready. We're wondering if you should have a female voice in it. I got the message. I said, there's no point in doing this anymore. Let me stick to stage. I love music. Music is so much a part of me, and I would be dead without it. So I said, let me stick to stage singing. It was a big dream that was crushed, but it was a choice that I made for myself, and I stand by it.
Bhuvana, this is
And
Sanika from, yeah. Yeah, please continue, make your point.
yeah, and in 2018, when Chinmay came out with her allegations, my only purpose of coming out with what I went through was to substantiate to the world that he is capable of it, because I have gone through it. Because when Chinmay was coming out with her allegations, nobody believed her because he was a big name, and they thought it was a personal rivalry that they both had, and that's why she's coming out with these allegations. I felt very bad for what was happening to people who were coming out, and saying somebody harassed me, somebody molested me, somebody abused me. So I wanted to tell the world that this is true because it happened to me. I wanted to substantiate her claim. That is why I came out with it, because I knew my case was going to get nowhere, because I was not in an era where we had cell phones or any kind of record that I could keep to show that I had any kind of association with Mr. Vairamuthu back then. So the point was not for me that I came out with. I wanted the young girls of today who have talent and who have dreams to be able to voice out very freely when they are harassed or abused or whatever it is. They should not be silenced because somebody has a bigger connection or a bigger name, or somebody is nationally known. A status in a society or a celebrity status should not stifle the voices of and the dreams of these young girls. Nothing. I stand to gain nothing, because I never became big in music. So I gain nothing, I lose nothing. But I want to substantiate only for the youngsters who are now carrying so many dreams, in their hearts. I don't want them crushed anymore. I want people to listen to the voices that are coming out. That's it.
Bhuvana, you have very bravely come out and narrated your account of the sexual harassment that you faced at the hands of Vairamuthu, as you claim, in 1998. But and it's been almost 5 years since these allegations were made, not just by you, by Chinmay Sripada, and Chinmay Sripada has also said that there are 17 plus victims at least of sexual harassment at the hands of Vairamuthu. It's been more than 5 years since these revelations have been made. There has been no action against this lyricist. How do you see this inaction against this very powerful lyricist in the Tamil film industry?
Yeah. See, that's a point. 5 years, people have questioned all the victims who came out with it. I think only 4 of us were willing to come out with our names. The others went anonymous. But there are 17 allegations. If there is one allegation, you can say it's a personal rivalry. 2, maybe you can say they both are friends. But when 15 to 17 allegations come out, somewhere people must, start to think maybe there is something behind it. Let's talk. A minimum dialogue is what I expected in 2018. at least from the film industry, if you want me to be honest. Because I was not in a position to file any complaint because I had nothing. And I'm not a big name, nothing at all. I was a zero in the industry. I had other work for my income and stuff like that. So I had nothing. But from someone, like they could at least call us and talk about it. Basically, the unions are there, the film unions are there. Nobody spoke to us. Nobody pulled us up. Don't pull him up if you're scared. Pull us up and come for a dialogue. Talk to us. Find out what happened. You have a responsibility when you're sitting on any kind of authority. You have a responsibility to protect your industry, women and men. Even men go through harassment. I'm not excluding that. But any kind of harassment, you have a responsibility. And in order to get some kind of accountability, you have to have a dialogue. That dialogue never happened. And that was a little disappointing for me. Like I said, I have nothing to lose or nothing to gain. But Chinmay lost 5 years of, she has been banned from the dubbing union. And she's hardly sung any, I think 4 or 5 songs in the last 5 years, a singer of her caliber. She's done only that much. So that puts a very major question. When the Kerala film industry could support us, they reached out to us, they supported us. Why couldn't this Tamil industry support us? What are their reasons? I'm not even accusing, but I'm very keen, I'm very curious to know why this deafening silence. I really want to know that, because there has to be some accountability and some kind of response. We are all a family, right? If you're in an industry, we're all a family. So why is such a deafening silence from the industry? I don't know. That is a little disappointing for me, if you ask me.
Right, Bhuvana, of course, it's a very tough time. I can imagine that how much bravery it took from your part to talk about your story, and everyone in Republic TV is watching, an entire nation is watching what you're saying right now. Any kind of message you want to send to MK Stalin? Because Chinmay has written an open letter earlier.
Yeah, she has tagged the Chief Minister, very courageous of her. Actually, it feels good when you say you've been very brave to come out with it. I don't have even 50% of the courage what she has, because she's constantly going through this and the abuses, and because she has already achieved so much, and it's more pressure on her. So it was very brave of her to tag the Chief Minister. And I wish they would listen to it, and they would at least, the government should give a directive on which path this investigation should go. Some kind of a dialogue, some kind of an investigation must happen, because 17 is not a by chance number. 2 may be a by chance number, not 17. No. I think everybody is sensible enough to know that, though they may not agree, they may not want to agree, but 17 is definitely not a by chance number.
Bhuvana, in fact, you've been talking, we've spoken, like Shivangi asked you about Chinmay's response to MK Stalin. When we had asked the DMK, the ruling party DMK, about the allegations that were leveled against Vairamuthu, they called it funny. So when you see such sort of responses coming in from the political dispensation, how would you react when such things are taken very casually by political parties, when allegations of sexual harassment are taken very casually by political parties?
All over the country, that's how it is. I don't know about the world in general, but all over the country, the victims are always mocked at. The victims are always, trolled, and that's what happens. You get shamed. The mindset has to change. They have to start looking into it. They have to understand that the government has a responsibility to protect their women. So we are walking on the roads thinking that this government is there to protect us. If something happens to us, I can go there. That's what we think. So I don't expect anybody to come and directly have a conversation, but some kind of a directive. Please listen to them, find out what it is. And if you think we are lying later, if you can prove that we are lying, that is a totally different thing. But then some kind of directive, please talk to these women. They are saying something. Let's listen to them. This is the minimum I would expect. Like I say again and again, I have nothing to lose or gain here. But then Chinmay and the other girls, the youngsters here, they have a lot to lose. And which is why I'm talking out, because I'm speaking out for them as a senior person. My son is 21 years old today. I'm that old. I want to talk for these girls because when I was their age, my dream was crushed. I don't want that to happen to anybody in this world. In my watch, when I'm seeing something happening, I don't want to happen. So if I have to speak about it, I'll speak about it irrespective of the shaming that comes. That's okay, perfectly all right with me. People can have agendas, they can have any kind of screenplay woven around me or anybody else, doesn't matter. But I want to keep talking because I want these voices to be heard by someone in authority. And take this up, have a dialogue, let them say, find out what's happening. That's all I want.
Uh, uh, Last 5 years, these allegations have come to light from many women, from Chinmay Sripada, she started the movement, from many, at least 17 plus women who've been subjected to sexual harassment. But how do you think Vairamuthu's life's changed in the last 5 years for him things to be normal? Because there has been no action against him. He's not the one who's running around courts. Chinmay is fighting this battle, a legal battle. She's the one who faced 5-year ban. You are saying that your dreams and aspirations were crushed because of that one incident that took place in 1998. But for Vairamuthu, life seems to be normal. How would you respond on that?
I wouldn't say the first 2 years, a couple of years after the 2018 allegations, it was not easy for him. There was a scheduled visit by a central minister to come and honor him. That was cancelled. And the Kerala government cancelled the ONV award. The Kerala film fraternity came together and spoke to us, and they stood by us. And the ONV award was taken away. I mean, they didn't give him, they didn't confer the award on him. So the first couple of years has been a pretty tough time for him also. So, and he was also kind of quiet and he was lying low. But then time dilutes everything, and we have so many other things and other screenplays that happen all around us these days. So I guess it has been diluted. I think it is necessary that time and again we should keep talking about it, however boring we may sound or however annoying it should be to listen to the same thing again and again from the same women. But I think, when things get diluted, we have to start, reminding people, hey, here I am, and this is what happened. Don't let it happen again to anybody else. If not, I mean, nothing is going to change my life, but then don't let it happen to anybody else. I guess this was needed in a way. That's why I keep saying she's very courageous.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Bhuvana Seshan. Singer, for joining us here. This is a very, very brave move, like I was saying, that you have spoken out and on that too on national television. Thank you for sharing your story. And here in Public TV, it was great to understand what really is happening right now. Chinmay already fighting this battle, like Sanika was saying. Hopefully, justice is something that everyone will be looking forward to.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.